Okay, we are starting the session, please. Get ready, everyone. So first I will be explaining about integers, and then based on integers, other questions are going to solve. Just 1 minute, bit. I'll just share with the students, those who are unable to join today. Will you be silent? Okay, we are starting the session. Loha, hello, Loha. Now we are going to solve some of the questions in one question. It is very important to solve. Now listen first. Continuity and differentiability is one of the most important topics of CBSE. You know that. Now, greatest integer. First, I'll explain about greatest integer. What is greatest integer and how to solve question related to greatest integer. Okay. Now, look at it. First, if somebody will give you f of x is equal to modulus of x, and they will tell you that this is exactly called as greatest integer. Correct only. Understood. So what is the meaning of greatest integer? Greatest integer are exactly called as floor function. The other name of greatest integer is exactly floor function. Means it will always take the floor values. What is the meaning of floor values, beta? The meaning of floor values here is they will be taking the floor values, means they will get floor integer values. So now look here, if somebody will give you 3.5, greatest integer of 3.5, answer will be coming as 3. So if someone will give you 7.6, answer will be coming as 7. If someone will give you minus 8.6, answer will come as minus 9. That means if 3.5, so 3 to 4, 3.5 is coming. So 3.5 will always switch to 3. So whatever integer values you are going to put, you will always be getting what, beta? You will always be getting that. See, whatever real numbers, actually real numbers including decimal, whenever you will be getting, what they will do, beta? They will push you to integers, the lowest value. Okay. Here between minus C, you already know that this is minus 8 and this part is minus 9 and minus 8.6 is there. Again it will switch you to which direction? It will switch you to left side. So this is exactly one of the most important criteria of what? Integer. Now one question is there in CBSE about greatest integer. To check the continuity of greatest integer. To check the continuity of greatest integer. So now if we want to check the continuity of greatest integer, first few work you have to do. Write down the question, please, everyone. About the greatest integer question, please. Now look here. Question is, prove that the greatest integer function, prove that the greatest integer function, prove that the greatest integer function, the greatest integer function prove that the greatest integer function, and what is the greatest integer function here, beta? This is continuous at all point, is continuous at all point, is continuous at all point, means it is going to be where? It is going to be continuous at all point except the integer point, except the integer point. Understood na, beta? So except the integer point. And you know what and all are the integers point, beta? Absolute numbers are considered as integer, beta. Okay. So now you need to understand here that when you are talking about integer point, integers means what? 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Means the decimal numbers will not be considered as integer. Understood? So they want us to prove this one. What they have, you have to prove that ki the greatest function integer is this one, is continuous. It is continuous for which one? When it is not an integer. So now we will specifically hit the part and write. So note down, the question is written. Now write the first part. Write the first part, beta. Right, let f of x, how to solve this question, beta, because question asking is not a big problem, solving is a big problem, and we need to know how to attempt these questions. Okay, so now first you check this one out and write, so in solution section, let f of x is equal to greatest integer of x. Understood? Now, first what we have done, we have written that, okay, fine, f of x is equal to greatest integer x. One by one, slowly note down, not in hurry burry, exams are coming near, be very specific, write nicely, okay? Greatest function, so greatest integer function, and we are going to take k and let k be any integer, be any integer. So now we are going to consider k as what? We are going to take consider as any integer. Okay. Now we are going to divide it, because right now, just now we have learned that whenever in any greatest integer, means any real number values you are putting rather than integer values, it will always switch to integer, and that too not the highest value, it is switching towards the lowest value. So did you know, did you understood till here that it is always switching towards the lowest value? So now write down this part, let f of x is equal to, now we are going to write this part, let f of x is equal to, our greatest integer is there. Now beta, this will be considered because we are going to take any integer k value. Okay, now this will give you k minus 1 when x will be exactly lying between this 2k, and it will give you k when x value will be lying between k to k plus 1. So always we will be exactly getting one thing, always we are getting one very important thing, that we're always getting the left value. Understood? So if somebody will be asking you, see, x can be any real number. Understood? Now x, what we have supposed, like, okay, any value of x we are taking, x can be 3.5, 3.7, 3.8, but where we are going, beta? We are going to 3. We are going to 3. So that means what? If x value lies between 3 to 4. So if k is taken as 3. K is taken as 3. So now what we are going to, miss x value, we are going to take it as k. And just understand, not k, you take it as 4. For understanding, I am first telling you, because once you understand this work, everything will be coming very easy for you. Okay. Now look here. If you are taking x as 4, now beta, any value, you just take 4.5, 4.6, 4.7, where you will be going? You will go towards 4. Understood? And till 4.9. So here 4 and 5 is there. So whatever in between numbers you are taking, you are always going towards 4. And what is 4, beta? So if 5 is there, if k is 5, that means 5 minus 1 will become 4. So our 4, if x is 4, then always you will switch towards 3. Understood? So whatever values in between it is coming, it will always go towards where, beta? It will always go towards the left side absolute integer part. Are you understanding? Left side integer part, it will always push you. This is one of the most important thing. Who and all have attended the class, who are attending the class, this is seriously not good. Because students, please kindly understand this. Please kindly understand this. You need to be very regular and you need to be very, very attentive in the class. I hope you might have understood this. So come on, let's start the class and continue this part. So left side, so we got understood. So by definition of greatest integer itself, we came to know that our greatest integer part is coming like this. Is it clear till here? Okay, is it clear? Hello Anand. So till now we have understood this part. Now we are going to go to the next section. Okay, till here is it clear? Now we'll go for the next part, beta. So now, shall we? Now LHS we are going to take, because now we are going to define it for LHL and RHL. LHL is what, beta? Left hand limit. And what is RHL? Right hand limit. What is LHL? Left hand limit. Now we are going to define it for LHL and RHL. So now let's start. LHL at x is equal to what value? LHL at x is equal to k we are going to take, because we have taken that this is defined for k. So LHL at x is equal to k. So we already explained that. Hello Anand. So now look here. So LHL we are going to take this. So I'm actually teaching Anand. If you have any question, doubt, you can ask. Now look here. LHL at x is equal to k, beta, means how we are going to write? We will write LHL part, we are going to write it as LHL at x is equal to k, means limit x tends to, what we will write? K minus f of x. Now beta, what is our f of x? Limit x tends to k minus greatest integer. This was the limit x tends to k minus greatest integer. So beta, greatest integer part is what? We know that greatest integer function will come as k minus h. What it will come? K minus h. Because left side we need to remove this one. Now for removing this part, what we are going to write here? Listen, this is a technique of writing. Understand the technique of writing. The technique of writing says that let x is equal to, what will be there, Tanish? Let x is equal to k minus h. Since x tends to k minus, therefore h tends to 0 for all h is greater equals 0. Understood? So left side what we are going to write, beta? K minus h. So when you are writing k minus h, everything will go in the limit part. Now here it will become h tends to 0. So once h tends to 0 will be there, what we will write here? K minus h. The moment we are writing k minus h, left side when we will be moving, what it will become? H will be tending to what? 0. So what will happen? K value we are taking and left side we are going. So when k value you are taking and left side you are moving, means it will give you 1 lesser than k. 1 lesser than k. 1 lesser than k. I told you na, when you are taking x is equal to 4, after LHL what it will come as? 3. Okay, so if you are taking k as any value, beta, 1 lesser than that value will come. So what answer will come here? It will come k minus 1. What value will come? K minus 1. So here if you write like this also, limit h tends to 0, no problem. The value answer will be coming as k minus 1. Now shall we check for RHL, beta? There is a reason behind it. What is the reason behind it? Who and all are attending the classes? All people, you are exactly sleeping because I have given you a long break. Now k minus 1 is there and k minus 1 is lesser than k minus h and k minus h is lesser than k. So all decimal values. Now what is h, beta? H is any value. H is what? Our h is any value which is exactly tending to 0. What is our h? Any value. Any value means what? 0.001, 0.002. Because our h itself is tending to 0. So it is not an absolute value. It is what value, beta? It is that value which is tending to 0 but not exactly equal to 0. So this is one of the most important point. Okay. So k minus 1, and here it is coming as what, beta? K minus h. So that means what? K minus h lies between k minus 1 and k. So always we will switch towards which side? Left side. So when we are switching towards left side, what value we are going to take, beta? We will take k minus 1. So overall answer is coming as what? K minus 1. This is one of the kept question for CBSE. If you are not solving this, seriously it is going to be problem for you. Okay. Now beta, note down. Slowly note down, not in hurry burry. So that means what, beta? Our summarization will say that greatest integer of k minus h is k minus 1. Because greatest integer is always switching towards which direction? Left direction. Slowly note down, not in hurry burry. I am not in hurry burry to explain the question. Just you finish this part. Then we will go for RHL. Okay. Now we are discussing at integer point. Which point we are discussing? Integer point. Come on, go for it, please. Note down. I'm waiting. Come on, children. This is for integer. Always remember, I am doing right now for integer. I am not doing for real numbers. The moment I will be doing for real numbers, it will be continuous. For integers, only greatest integer is not continuous. Tanish, did you understood? So beta always switch to see when x minus greatest integer will be there, k minus 1. Everything you will itself solve. Understood? So if this basic is with you means you will be able to handle any questions regarding to the point. I hope you might have understood. Now beta we will go for the RHL. Okay, for RHL what is the technique, Madhesh? Can you tell me? RHL at x is equal to k. So beta for RHL x is equal to k, what you are going to write? Same Adesh? Very good, beta. So you will be writing limit x tends to k plus, and here k plus f of x. Now here what you are going to write? Limit x tends to k plus. Now this is coming as greatest integer x. And now beta greatest integer x means which side you are taking? Right side. So this time it will become k plus h. Understood? What it will become? It will become limit x tends to k plus. Here it will become what beta? K plus h. It is coming how much? K plus h. And once k plus h coming, now you people are intelligent enough how to handle this. So here k plus h, again it will come. This time what it will come beta? This section will give you what? See here, k minus h was there. Now here what is there? K plus h. So k plus h will give you k. So that means what? Limit x tends to, h tends to 0. We are going to now substitute. So let x is equal to k plus h. Since x tends to k plus, therefore h tends to 0. Understood? For all h is greater equals 0. I hope you might have understood this one. Now once we are going till this beta, what we are going to write? Limit h tends to 0. Now h is tending to 0. This is coming as k. So overall answer is coming as k. Why the answer is coming as k beta? Because here itself our answer is there. Na? This time what is there? Greatest integer. Here it is exactly what? This part is greatest integer part. Na? So greatest integer h minus k. So here it is coming as what beta? H plus k. Here it is k and this is k plus 1. Correct? So this time h plus k, whatever part you are taking, k and k plus 1 is there. So greatest integer h plus k, it will always switch towards left side. So when it is switching towards left side, what you are getting beta? K. Is it continuous? No. Because left side you are getting answer as k minus 1. Right side you are getting answer as k. So left side and right side is not continuous. Understood? First you note down and practice this one more than 2 to 3 times. It is very important for you to practice. Come on, go for it. You can do it, beta. Come on, go for it. That means final overall conclusion what we have drawn that. What is our conclusion here? Our conclusion is LHL at x is equal to k is not equal to RHL at x is equal to k. That means our overall conclusion is LHL at x is equal to k is not equal to RHL at x is equal to k. LHL at x is equal to k is not equal to RHL at x is equal to k. Come on, note down. Come on, note down this one. And this is only coming for which one? Integer. It is coming for what? Integer. Note down, please. It will be based on your question paper, huh? Totally depends on that only, beta. So what we have coming into consideration that f of x is not going to be continuous. Specifically, it is dealing with integer. So for integer point, it is not going to be continuous. Now we will go for what, beta? We will take real number. This is a case of which one? Integer. For integer, what you are going to take? What you have learned right now? You learned that you have to take x is equal to k, any arbitrary value k. But this is k is what? K is any integer. And then what you did? You did LHL and RHL. In LHL, what is coming? K minus h. RHL, what is coming? K plus h. In LHL, what it is giving you? K minus 1. In RHL, what it is giving you? K plus 1. So I hope you might have understood till here. Till here, did it helped you? Note down. I'm moving. You just note down. Don't make this one equal. Let be unequal only. Tanish, now you understood? So this is the integer question, and where k minus 1 is going to be the 1, which is going to be. This part k mat don't put, no problem. Okay. I hope till here it is okay. So modulus part we have learned how to handle. Now we have learned integer part. Got it? Now beta in integer section k minus 1 and k is coming. But now we are going to do which one? We are going to do, Yashika, we are going to learn real numbers. Okay. So now we will go